Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the fourth presentation of the first day of Challenges, Opportunities, and Reflections on ELT. My name is Stefan Anguisaka. I am a student of the sixth semester of the English language teaching major, and I'll be responsible for hosting this presentation today. I am glad to welcome Maria Liliana Escobar Landívar and Fernanda Zarango Solano. They are masters in curriculum and instruction, and they are professors in Universidad Nacional de Educación, UNAE. They are presenting the topic, Teaching in Pandemic Times, a case study of prospective teachers' perceptions of using activities to teach children. Remember that you can write all your questions on the comment section, and at the end, the presenters will solve all your doubts. Please, let's start with the presentation.
Listening to our students' voices is a powerful tool for their personal and professional growth. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our presentation. Our study is the Teaching in Pandemic Times, a case study of prospective teachers' perceptions of using activities to teach children. Next, please. Yes, thank you.
Teachers' perceptions as a way to see the development of successful activities to be used in teaching children. Therefore, prospective teachers were to gather some of the activities used in the classroom as in a portfolio, which could provide us with valuable information in the reflection and in specific resources on the specific activities. This is linked to what Freire stated in his book, Letters to Those Who Dare to Teach, when he said the dialogue between teachers and learners leads to sharing experiences informed by reflection. Next, please.
That's why the objective of our study is to comprehend the future English teachers' voices regarding activities to teach children. Please continue.
Thank you. So in the methodology, the participants of this study were our students from first semester in English 1 at Universidad Nacional de Educación in Azogues, Ecuador. During the semester corresponding to November 2020 to April 2021. The number of participants was 36 volunteers from our students. Thank you.
Right.
To have an in-depth description and analysis of a case. Our case study involves our first semester students, as we said before, in order to have a better understanding of their learning context. Thank you.
The previous one. Okay, so let me tell you about the way we gather our data. So first, we carry out a semi-structured interview with the students because our intention was to know their perceptions regarding the activities they've learned in their English classes. Then we approach the students with multiple choice and open-ended questions. And finally, we analyze the content of the student's portfolio. According to Dempsey, the logic of triangulation is based on the premise that each method reveals different aspects of empirical reality. For this reason, we apply three techniques: structured interviews, surveys, and common analysis in order to increase the validity and the quality of our study. After analyzing and codifying the information that the three techniques provide us, we establish four categories.
As I said, we have four categories. The first one is competences that future English teachers have developed during the semester we taught. So according to this, the linguistic skills that our students developed were the listening skills in the first place. After that, we have the reading skills in second place and writing and speaking in third place. Develop their group work skills. This is very related to interpersonal skills. And also the last category will be autonomous work and critical thinking. Thank you. The next one, please. Okay, so here we have category number 2, activities that future English teachers consider to be more appealing to teach your kids. So according to the first one, we have the first activity is songs. This is divided in 3 parts because we have technique 1 that we apply is the interview, technique 2 is the survey, and technique 3 is content analysis that refers to the portfolio. Okay, so we are going to talk about the first one, songs in technique 1. So according to the interview, students agree that songs create a very welcoming environment for children or for the learners. Thank you. In technique number 2, the survey, students think that songs help them to improve listening skills, also in the classroom, and enhance the vocabulary. And in number 3, we have the portfolio or the content analysis, in which students believe that songs help them to learn easily while providing a fun environment to learn. Also, they practice their pronunciation. Pero ella está hablando, ¿no? Okay. Okay. So in number 2, we have picture captions. In this, So we were talking about activities they would apply in community outreach program. So we had songs, as we talked before, that helps the students creating a good environment for the kids. Also, they help them to enjoy the activities. And the last one is they have they help them to develop their listening also. In picture captions, this is an activity that they really enjoy. This activity helps them to relax, so that it decreases their anxiety level. As well, in number 2, according to the survey, it helps them to develop their imagination during this activity by drawing. And number 3, according to the portfolio, is essential to teach kids to express themselves from a young age. The last activity I have in this category is reading exercises. In reading exercises, according to the interview, our students think that helps them to develop their linguistic skills in general. In number 2, also, they talk about developing the language as a whole. All right? And in number 3, it helps children to learn to be organized and to recognize their own ideas. Thank you. Next one, please. No veo todavía. No. Yes, thank you. So here, the category number 4 is technology to teach young kids at this time. As we said before, technology is not the only way you can reach children or students. They talk about other different alternatives. So we have kinesthetic activities. This is related to maybe applying art things like origami. We can talk about also different activities like hand-on activities. Music, obviously, this is a great way to reach students. Role plays and activities relating to the content and their context. So this is good for them to develop. They can use Realia for this. So it's a good way also to have different alternatives, just not depend on technology. Okay, thank you. Next one, please. The
So based on the conclusions, what we concluded from this study is that the use of the free research techniques show us that this allows us to comprehend the future English teachers' work. It's really important. So since they start their university career, especially because they're already English teachers, it's important to listen to their voices. Our second conclusion is that they develop linguistic as well as pedagogical skills. So no, they don't have to develop just the listening, speaking, reading, and writing, but they also highlight that they are better working groups, there is a personal skills, they develop their autonomy, and as well their critical skills. And our third conclusion says that students agree that songs, describing pictures, and activities are the learning tools they feel more connected to. Our fourth conclusion says that there's a relation between the way they learn and the way they will be teaching in the future. And our last conclusion, students questions about technology answer.
Okay, so that will be our conclusions. And the last one, as Fernanda was saying, is essential to use another activities in the classroom, not just technology, but to have the use of different activities. And that was our presentation. We will be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Sorry about the internet problems, and thank you for your attention.
Thanks a lot for that amazing presentation. Now we have a couple of questions. The first one is, can you help us with tips for implementing music or songs in big groups of kids?
Okay, can I answer the question? Yes. Okay. So I think that music is always a good way to reach students. We use that in the pre-K, kindergarten, and so on. Using music could be a lot of fun. You can use it to learn new words or vocabulary, like the alphabet song that we all know. With the students at the university level, I use a lot of music, not just the completing gap kind of activity, but maybe deeper, so they can have a reflection on the songs. That will be my answer to the question. Thank you.
Thank you. We have another question from Heidi Mogrovejo. All these strategies are very useful, but how can we apply them if our students refuse to do them due to the shyness? How can we encourage them?
Uh, okay, so Katie, I think that I know students can be shy. I am kind of shy, but I always find that music, arts, keynote activity helps just the students that they don't like to speak in the class. So it's a good way for them to express themselves without saying words. Right. So I think if you want to apply them, it will be very useful, okay, to give them the opportunity to use their imagination and to be creative in a different way. I don't think they will refuse. I think these activities are fun to do in the class. Thank you.
Thank you. We have one last question from Mary Lucero. Could you explain to us how the activities were implemented in a fun way without involving technologies?
I answer. Okay. Well, I think that when we apply the activities, as you know, during the pandemic, we had to use Zoom for the classes. That's part of the technology. But applying the activities in a fun way, I don't think it's so difficult if you go with your students to this process. So, for example, in my classes, I use, maybe some of my students are here, so I use some origami. So even though it's a little difficult to do it by Zoom, I tried to make it easier for them to understand what I was doing. So we were practicing not just listening skills, but they will have to also speak and follow commands. So I think there is a way to do it. Technology is a big part of the class, but you have to think that the students also enjoy other type of activities like drawing, like obviously listening to music and so on. So thank you.
Thanks a lot again for your amazing presentation. And with this, we conclude the fourth presentation of today. Thank you.